You know what's the most important thing? Know your records. Know your music.
Yes.
Like, listen to the track 10 times before playing it.
I've worked in a bunch of different venues here on the island, and there's nights where these venues have had strictly local DJs or they've had internationals, and the success of the night in terms of like gross revenue have been similar because the local DJs are so good and can carry the crowd, go on a whole journey. It's amazing.
Spiritual vibe about Bali.
Yeah.
Well, the music from the local DJs is pretty much like that. You know, progressive or emotional. It has a message.
Yeah.
It's, you know, like transforming, trancy.
Dude.
It's a journey.
Yeah.
I have mad respect for local DJs.
What up, my friends? Welcome back. Brodie Nero TV exclusively on YouTube. The best interviews, the best music, always educating, entertaining, inspiring, all that good stuff. Let's keep it rocking. I'm here with an absolute legend, AMINE K. What's up, my boy?
Hey guys, how are you? Good.
Nice. Appreciate
Happy
you
to
being
be
here.
here.
Yeah, amazing, bro. I mean, first and foremost, we're in a super beautiful spot, Morabito Art Villa.
You know what? I've been coming to Bali for like 15 years. I don't even remember if it's more or less 15 years.
Wow.
And yeah, I think I really finally found my home in Bali, which is Morabito. You know, it's like, it's run by friends. It's completely psychedelically crazy. Like, you know, the decor, the vibe, the people. The food is great. The parties are the best.
Yes.
And so, yeah, I really feel like home.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, Morabito Fridays especially are like a staple in
Yeah.
the Bali nightlife scene.
Yeah.
Everybody knows if you're in Bali, you got to do a Morabito Friday for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
I've done a few, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
True. So that being said, bro, you've been coming here for years. You've done a bunch of shows here.
Yeah.
From your observation, I'm curious your thoughts on the evolving music scene here in Bali now.
So when I started playing here, there were two clubs. There was Genja, which was a legendary club.
Underground.
Like super underground.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, I mean, you know, they had like the likes of, you know, like Hernan Caraneo and all this. It was like a really progressive underground scene back in the days.
Yes.
You also had a very good club called Ko, which was really, really, really good.
Nice.
Super underground. There was no light. Like, you wouldn't see shit, man. Which is
Sick.
what I like. You know, it's basically people were going to the club, you know, as opposite as now, where you have all the visuals and you have the decor and then you have the big screens. So basically, the focus is moving from the music to, you know, the visual. Back in the days, it was not like that.
Opposite.
And so it's like basically there was no point of opening your eyes because you're not gonna see shit anyway. So it was all about the music. So that was like, you know, it was like the Ko and Genja era. And I've had the honor to meet two people, Jean-Marc Bagoy and Tina, who were basically like some of the founders of the scene here.
Okay.
And like I'm still very good friends with them. They had a place called Maria Magdalena, which was, man, that was wild.
Wow.
Like super, super, super wild. Yeah. And you know, there was no phone, there was nothing. People were just coming and, I mean, their entire body was connected to the frequencies of music. And this, as a DJ, this is, you know, what I always crave of.
Sure.
And then they started doing, you know, like parties, not just at Maria Magdalena because it closed, but then they started taking, like, for example, the rooftop of a Mexican restaurant and then turn it into fucking mayhem.
Yeah.
And then actually the last party we did with them was in Lombok.
Okay.
It's more like a private party.
Yeah.
It was really good. And then I discovered Morabito, and since then I've been playing here.
Nice.
And the evolution of Bali is a bit like, you know, just follow the trend of everything that you see, which is now in Bali, you have huge beach clubs that bring huge DJs.
Yeah.
Some of them are really good.
Yeah.
Some of them are fucking horrible. Sorry. But, you know, this is the trend. It's like electronic music back in the days was a niche. not many people would listen to it. Now, it's literally like pop. Everybody listens to electronic music. So it's normal that the scene has evolved into the monster that it is.
Yeah.
Because you have, I don't know, like every day you'd have around 20,000 people between the different clubs going to party.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's I think it's a good thing. It's
Overall.
also a bad thing
Yes.
because some do it for the passion, others just do it for the fame and the money, which
Yeah.
is not how you are supposed
Right.
to do things.
Yeah.
You can be passionate and still make money.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, overall, the scene has definitely changed, exploded.
Yeah.
People from all around the world now come to party in Bali,
Yeah.
and not just the Australians.
Yeah,
So,
it's
like,
true.
now,
It's very
literally-
eclectic. It's diverse. It's multicultural. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful thing overall.
And the DJs in Bali. See, that's what always struck me. Since the first time I came here, the locals. I really talk about the locals. They are really good DJs, man. Like I was really surprised the first time I came here, and I was listening to the resident DJ was playing before me, and I was like, "Fuck, man! Like, what am I gonna play after him? He's so good."
Yeah.
I was stressed.
Yeah.
And there's literally a culture, especially in progressive. It's I think it just attached to this kind of spiritual vibe about Bali.
Yeah.
Well, the music from the local DJs is pretty much like that. Progressive, very emotional. It has a message.
Yeah.
It's like transforming, trancy.
Dude.
It's a journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have mad respect for local DJs.
Yeah, I'm so glad you brought that up because it's a point that genuinely I would want to bring up, but I just haven't on the podcast yet. And I mean, I've worked in a bunch of different venues here on the island, and there's nights where these venues have had strictly local DJs or they've had internationals, and the success of the night in terms of like gross revenue have been similar because the local DJs are so good and can carry the crowd, go on a whole journey. It's amazing.
They are really good. I'm telling you, like there is a culture here. Back in the days, you had a 10,000 or maybe 5,000 people club in Jakarta called, I don't know if it was Coliseum or I don't remember, but it's like something gladiator-ish.
Yeah.
And in Jakarta, the scene was unbelievable, and they had all the biggest DJs in the world. You'd ask Chus, former Chus and Ceballos,
Yeah.
who used to tour a lot in Asia back in the days.
Yeah.
And Jakarta has always been one of the stops in the tours. You had Zouk in Singapore.
Yes.
Obviously, you had Womb and Yellow in Tokyo. But Jakarta was really one of the stops of the biggest DJs in the world. Also, the trance guys back in the days, like
Yeah.
Chesto, Armin van Buuren, and you had a culture of really partying, but very progressive music.
Wow.
And I'm not talking about what they call progressive house now, which is definitely not my thing. But when I say progressive, it's like Nick Warren, Danny Howells, Hernan Caraneo, Dave Seaman, all this very, very emotionally heavy music.
Yeah, wow. It seems it's like a bit opposite now because I feel Bali is now becoming more of a definitive location that artists are stopping, and it's a little bit less Jakarta. But I guess this is just the cycle of life and music and the industry. And
Listen, it is what it is.
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
so many changes. There's
Yeah.
there's politics. There's the region. The scenes always move and follow the trends.
Yeah.
For example, Mykonos back in the 2000s till 2012, 13, it was a gay island.
come on, for real?
Mykonos was a gay island with the best parties in the world, but it was mainly gay. And everybody was loving to go there because partying with the gays is also the best parties, by the way. And they used to listen to the best music.
Yeah.
Let's just say it this way.
Right.
And then it become, like a posh, super expensive party island.
Man.
So everything changes.
Sure.
Ibiza is the same. Ibiza, it was, it was hippies and gays and crazy people.
Yeah.
Now it's just, everybody.
Yeah.
Things change. I don't like to say, well, it was better back in the days. You know, I don't want to sound like this old guy.
That's okay. I mean, it's life. We all have perspectives.
No, it's just like it is what it is.
Sure.
You just have to accept the fact that things change.
Yeah.
If you like it, you go along with it. If you don't like it, well, there's plenty of other places in the world
Sure.
that, you know, you will find what you want.
Yeah, and you stay authentic and real to what you believe as an artist and a public figure and stuff, man. Speaking of music, I want to talk about when I first heard your music. So I've only been in electronic music and been DJing myself for about 5 years. And the first tracks I heard from you, I believe it was a remix, Basari.
Oh yeah, that was on Sunset Ictas, yes.
Yeah, and then another track that always stayed in my playlist in rotation was it's with Chus, and I think it's Cigano.
Cigano.
Cigano. So
this one is also on Sunset Ictas.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
So these are the two songs that I heard from you that made me a fan. I've been following your career since, and when I was doing a little bit of due diligence, getting ready for the interview and stuff, I noticed, and I even read it in your bio, it said that you're pretty selective in terms of how often you want to release and when you release, and they're special and it's great music, of course, but I was curious your opinion, your perspective, and I talk about this on the podcast a lot, where we're living in a time where there's just an abundance of content and music coming out every week. And when I look at your discography now, I see, you know, maybe 3, 4, 5 releases generally per year, something like this. Do you do this intentionally? Do you release, do you want to make sure that every release you put out is special and timely and you leave space to breathe in between them? What are your thoughts on the abundance of music coming out all the time? Where's your head at with things as an artist?
So basically on my end, I'm really picky about the music that I play.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously I'm also really picky about the music that I release. And the music that I release needs to be timeless, meaning that if I release it in 10 years or if I had released it 10 years ago, it would be the same, which is good because so many people, like, you know, they will call me now and tell me, oh, I just played your track Cigano.
Yeah.
That's the thing, because it's timeless tracks. And because I'm so picky, it's just that I don't, my hard drive is full of, I don't know, 500 tracks of mine.
Okay.
But 95% of them, I'm just not happy enough.
Wow.
So I release only the ones that I believe are good enough for my taste. And let me be more precise. I'm not releasing a track because it's the trend. I'm not releasing a track because I think that, you know, like, this big DJ is gonna play and this big DJ is gonna play.
Yeah.
I just think it's a good record. And I think that people will love it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You know, like, I've had some tracks that I released that I think are really fucking cool.
Yeah.
But nobody played them. It's, you know, it's just like, it just didn't work.
Right.
But it's fine.
Yeah.
Because I made those records because I felt it was the right moment. And if you listen to a record of mine from 5 years ago, or if you listen to a record of mine from 2 years ago, or if you listen to a record of mine from today, it's completely different. You know why? Because I am a different person. So that's the thing.
Right.
Making a record is all about putting your heart and your soul to the music.
Yeah.
And we grow. So your perspective, you know, over life, over music changes.
Always changing.
So the music that I release and the music that I play also changes. You know, like maybe 5 years ago, I was in a dark place. I did dark music. Now I'm super happy. I'm making house music.
Wow. Yeah.
And to answer the other question about the abundance, I mean, I just think it's fucking stupid. Because, again, like, I release, like, I don't know, I'll receive 1,000 promos. I'll download 5. Because everybody is a producer. Everybody is a DJ.
Oh, fuck.
Everybody just, like, you know, doing one 16-bar loop.
Yeah.
And there is no change. There is nothing. It's like, okay, Afro House. If you go to Afro House, I mean, I used to do Afro House 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And I'm African, so I can say I do Afro House.
Right. Real deal.
Yeah. You know, now it just turned into this pop whatever, which was the same as Deep House 5 years ago, you know. And they all sound the same. Why would I release a track that sounds exactly the same as 1,000 other tracks?
Yeah.
It really doesn't make sense. It's like the whole point of being a DJ is being unique.
Yeah.
If you're not unique, fuck that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta admit, like, I'm a bit tired. Someone sent me a folder of edits, like just DJs exchanging stuff, and there was like 36 songs, all edits, and it was just this consistent or constant 3-chord progression.
Did it again.
Yeah, well, there's the vocals, and then what I'm exhausted of mentally is, and musically, is the 3-chord piano progression that I hear in all Afro house, and I'm just like, bro, like, come on.
Hey, you know what? Like, the people who did it first did it so fucking beautifully amazing.
Yeah.
But that's always what happened. You have a trend, and then everybody comes in and just destroyed it. Like, you know, you had this trend with tribal, you had this trend with minimal, you had this trend with tech house.
Yeah.
Like, you know, tech house, if you listen to tech house back in the days, like, you know, when it really started to boom, like 2008, 2009, 2010, you had like the Jamie Jones, the Seth Rockstar, all those guys, they were rocking it. Now everybody does tech house. Now everybody does Afterlife. I was playing all 10 of us tracks like 10 years ago.
Whoa, no
I was
way.
playing the first remix that got them known is on Life and Death, and they remixed Locodice. The track was called Gnome, and they literally invented a style that was unbelievable. The bass line, boom, 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 boom. I still have it in my mind, and when I play it, I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
But then, you know, they changed their sound, and then everybody started doing the same thing, and then there's just no point because they just go on circle. That's also why when I go produce a certain style of music, I usually change after like 2 years, 3 years maximum, because that's it. I've got into circles, and that's the beauty about electronic music. You can actually play anything and put any sound into it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's true.
do it, enjoy it.
Yeah.
Instead of just doing the same thing over and over.
Yeah, yeah. So all that being said, I know I have a lot of listeners now for this channel that are like aspiring DJ/producers. Would you say the key to being unique then is taking your time with releases, carving out your own sound, and also trying to be different without sounding cliche?
Yeah, of course.
And not forcing the releases.
No.
And depending on where you're at, like you said, how you're feeling, let that kind of lead your creative process. If you're going through a dark time, don't force yourself to make happy music because it's on trend.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, it's simple actually. What is better? Releasing one, and I'm gonna talk numbers, okay? Let's be, because inspiring DJs now, that's what they want to hear, okay? The number one beatport. That's what everybody wants.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is better? Have one number one beatport that is actually gonna get you the gigs that you want, because that's what you want. You know, tour the world, the girls, the money. Sorry, I know not everybody is like that. I know a lot of people are doing it from the heart, but you know, it's, so it's actually also okay to want that. Who doesn't want that?
Sounds good to me.
Obviously. But you know, what is better? Do one number one hit, okay? That is gonna get you known. Is gonna get you, like, you know, traveling the world and do what you want to do, or 10 tracks that just nobody's gonna listen to them.
Yeah, I mean, the answer is obvious in what you said, but it actually brings me back to a story. So my entry point to electronic music was meeting Ralph Matty in Mykonos.
Okay, yeah.
4 or 5 years ago at Void.
What a character.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out Ralph Matty, that's my boy.
My man. He's my boy too.
Yeah, he's actually the reason I'm in Bali now and that I know about Morabito, so full circle moment.
He's a real legend.
Oh, for
like
sure.
The real OG.
Oh man,
Yeah,
he's gonna love to hear that.
I've known him since BPM.
Wow.
Like, yeah.
And Ralph's the founder of BPM.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So he was my entry point to electronic music. Before that, I was all R&B and hip hop, and I met him there, and I had a life-changing night. And the first DJ I heard was Serge Devant.
Okay.
So that was my intro to the scene, and I was like, whoa.
He's really good.
And he said a story that stuck with me because I hear so many perspectives doing this podcast. I hear newer DJs that are like, yo, the Spotify algorithms always want releases so you stay more active, you can get heard that way more. And then I hear a story like I heard with Serge Devant 3 years ago when I moved to Bali, and he has a song that just, it's always hit me, and I'm sure it always will, Thinking of You. Bro, this guy knew, Thinking of You. Bro, that song hits. And
Listen,
he told me,
you play that for sunrise.
yeah.
Yeah, it's the best.
Bro, so check this. He told me he worked on that song. Oh, fuck, I wish I could remember. It was like something like 1 to 2 years. He kept working on that track.
Yeah.
And I'll be straight up. I think that song has that impact because of the time that was put into it. Not to say you can't make a hit record in 20 minutes, but the effort he put into that, I think that's that emotional connection and feel and the timelessness, like you said, because I think that song's gonna forever hit when you play it.
I can still play it, no problem.
Yeah.
It's a really good song. But here's the thing. Also, one thing that is very important, don't force it.
Right.
You see, like for example, I released the hit like 15 years ago, okay?
Yeah.
And I've been trying to make a remake of it for the past 5 years. And I try, and it's just shit. And it's shit. And I don't like it. And then I forget it for a year.
Okay.
And then I come back.
Right.
And like 3 weeks ago, I was like, you know what, let's give it another try.
Yeah.
1 hour. Done. Already signed on a fucking amazing label.
Whoa.
Yeah, you just have to give it time. Don't force it. Same for a track. I just had this morning an amazing call where I signed on one of the biggest labels, and it's a track that I've been working on for 4 years. And yeah, it just like we tried, and then one day just got the. That's it. You know, it's like the hand of God. You know, like
wow.
Okay, it just touched you like that.
So the importance of never shelving an idea, not forcing it, not letting the idea go, and letting it have its organic journey.
Let it go.
You're talking 4 years of revisiting a project.
Yeah. And I also have some tracks, like one of my biggest hits.
Yeah.
Seriously, the guy calls me, is like, listen, I mean, I got this vocal, it's amazing. Would you like to work on it? I'm like, yeah, sure. I was on my laptop with no headphones, nothing. Okay? 1 hour. And it's the simplest track ever. It's like a kick, a bass line, like 3 chords, and the vocal and some derbuka. And 1 hour later, I send him. I'm like, "Yo, what do you think about that?" It's like, and he owned the label.
Wow.
And I was like, "I'm signing it now."
Dude,
that's it.
it's so crazy.
Listen, there is no rules.
Yeah.
But the most important thing is don't force it. And that's
Don't
the thing
force
when
it.
you make
Okay.
records. If you make just loopy music just to sound like all the top 100, then of course you can. It's a formula.
Right.
But a formula, I don't like it. When you're really creative, you have to let, you know, your emotions take over and channel them through the music.
Yes.
And you can't force that.
Got it.
And that's also why many artists who have like, you know, 3 or 4 hits at a point in their life after can do that. And I'm not talking about electronic music. I'm talking about hip hop. I'm talking about rock. You know, like so many amazing artists came with one album that defined the generation.
Yeah.
And then nothing after.
Right.
It's because at that point of their life, they were living something inside of themselves. And when they got it out through music, then it was genius.
Wow.
And then 2 years later, they were just not the same person. So the emotions are just the same.
Yeah. Wow. Authenticity, not forcing it. Lots of gems that people can get from here to help facilitate their creative process. Cool.
It's just, and most important thing, I'm sorry. Have fun. Have fun.
Have fun.
Have
yes.
fun. If you're not having fun, then what's the point?
Yes. Agree. Nice, man. That being said, it's a perfect time to switch gears here a little bit. So there's something in your Instagram bio, I'm paraphrasing, something about making people smile.
Putting a smile on people's faces.
Putting a smile on people's faces, and how that doesn't just apply to when you DJ, but also real life. And I saw that too through your energy of when you're performing, and then even some recent videos you put online that are completely not related to music. Talk about this being a foundation principle for you, making people smile, and how it translates across life and music for you.
I mean, I think it's a mantra, just like I'm a guy who likes to smile.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. I think life is way better when you're smiling.
I would agree.
Also, it takes you way less, that's scientific. It takes you way less energy to smile.
And muscles,
than
something
to
like
be
this?
like, yeah. So it's actually easier to smile. And I think there's a lot of, gratification when you actually put a smile on people's face and just try to make their life better. And I mean, that's what I do as a DJ, okay?
Yeah.
As a DJ, as a performer, people come, they pay a ticket to enjoy themselves and, go into a journey.
Yeah.
And that's what I do. But that's also what I do all the time. I mean, of course, I'm not like that all the time. I get angry, I insult everybody.
Sure, we're humans.
I can be a fucking asshole, all the package. But I try as much as I can to, give the best positive energy. And that's something that, usually people around me, that's what they say. I'm like Mr. Super Good Vibes.
Wow.
Like, just being around me is like, I always try to make people feel good.
Yeah.
Just the energy, and you can feel it. And yeah, basically try to make everybody around me happy. And if everybody around you is happy, then you can't be unhappy. Like, have you ever been to a place where everybody's laughing? Well, in 1 second, you forget about all your problems and you start laughing.
Yeah, true. Energy's real. Yeah, I always, sometimes, some people rather have asked me before why I love DJing, and I always say my main reason is the fact that when we're there in that moment and I'm, setting the vibe, telling the journey, we're nowhere else. Yeah. So regardless of what somebody may be anxious about in the future or what they may be sad a bit about that past, none of it matters in that moment. We're all right there.
It's
and what an opportunity to orchestrate that.
It's the pure way of living the moment. And, that's what I always say. Like, most people are anxious during their job.
Yeah.
Me, it's the opposite.
Oh, yeah?
I'm anxious all the time.
Okay.
But the only time where I'm not anxious is actually when I'm playing. Because when I'm playing, I'm in this trance state of mind where what matters is only now. Of course, I think about what I played before.
Sure.
And I'm thinking about what I'm playing next. But it's like I'm in this vortex.
Wow.
Where the only thing that matters is the music, the people. I don't care about the lights. I don't care about that. To be honest, it's not my job, and that's not what I do. All I care about is the journey that I'm giving to the people and that I'm also giving to myself. Because that's the thing. I can play from disco to techno. Sometimes some people are going to be like, oh, AMINE played really commercial today.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I still fucking love it.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I can play the most underground, super deep, dark stuff. And then I can play, I don't know, some edit of Britney Spears. Why not? If it's made well, it actually makes me happy.
Yeah.
Then I'll do it.
Getting a bit specific now about DJing, I'm always curious, and I ask almost every guest, as far as preparation, I've got talent that tell me zero preparation, just go in there with the USB and go for it. I have people tell me that they segment some of their songs so they mix harmonically or vibe-wise, so they have a little bit of preparation, but they leave a bit of an organic flow. I mean, I want to get specific. So you're playing Morabito this weekend. What's your thought process in preparation for a gig like that?
None.
Zero?
No.
Come on, zero, bro.
Okay, it's actually today. Why are you saying no? Today, I'm actually playing back to back. So I'm playing with Chuse La Santa, and we're playing the three of us.
Okay.
And so we were like, okay, how are we gonna do it? Like, we're gonna do like 1 hour.
Yeah.
And then Chuse was like, come on, man. And like, we've been friends for so long. We've been DJing for so long. And we're just going to go with the flow. Now, here's the only preparation that I do. Every month, I make a playlist of the music that I download.
Okay.
Okay, so it can be 10 tracks, it can be 20 tracks, it can be 30 tracks. Then I rank them in importance of how much I want to play them.
Okay.
So like, okay, the first 5 ones are gonna be mine that I have to test. I need to play those. And then it goes down to the ones that, okay, if I play it, it's nice, but if I don't, it's not a problem.
Okay.
But they are not, they're all different genres.
Wow.
They are, I don't rank them in genre or whatever. I just go with the flow.
Got it.
That's it. I usually think about my opening track.
Yeah.
And then, the thing is that I don't understand people who prepare their sets. It's unnatural. Being a DJ is creating a vibe according to the people and according to the overall vibe.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, like, you prepare a techno set and then you arrive and it's sunset.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, true.
But some people, they have to prepare.
Yeah.
I don't, because I think it's natural and I think you should go with the flow. And also it helps when you've been DJing for more than 20 years.
There you go.
Because, you're like, okay, I mean, I've done this so many times.
Yeah.
It's like, sometimes I don't even touch that playlist from the month where I'm playing.
Wow.
I'm just like, well, you know what? It's like, 5 years ago, there was this party. I always, when I do a good set,
Yeah.
I go to what I believe is a good set.
Yeah. Yeah.
I go to record box,
Yeah.
histories, and then I turn the history into playlist.
Oh, no way.
So for example,
Okay,
I
there's some
have
gems.
So for example, I have the playlist
yes.
from Last Morabito.
Okay.
But I take it from the history, not before, because I don't prepare anything.
Yeah.
But like the next day or a week later, I just like, okay, this is what I played and it worked. And it also gives you something that is very important, which I call channels.
Yeah.
So basically you play one track and this track opens up to different tunnels. You can play this track or this track or this track, depending on where you want to take them.
Yeah.
So let's just say, okay, I'm playing a very super groovy, hands in the air track. What do I want to do and what is the right thing to do now? Do I want to, get them to something quieter so they can go to the toilet or go have a drink at the bar?
Yeah.
And the owner of the club is going to be happy? Or do they still have the energy so I can push them to scream and shout? Or shall I just go into something super dark? It's the channels.
Yeah.
So yeah, all in all, to sum up, I don't prepare shit.
Yeah.
I have a few tracks that I want to play that month,
Yeah.
and I just go with the flow.
Cool. I dig it, man. And it sounds like, I mean, you've been playing for 2+ decades. So, a DJ that's listening, that's only been playing for 6 months or a couple of years or something like that, keep the advice in context. You should still be maybe doing a little bit of due diligence about where you're playing, the general vibe,
No, that's super
that type
important.
of stuff. But, as you get experienced and years go on, that preparation process is a little different or maybe non-existent sometimes.
But you know what's the most important thing? Know your records. Know your music.
Yes.
Like, listen to the track 10 times before playing it. If you do that, then you don't need to prepare anything. Because, the sonic, the melody, and the groove of the track is already in your mind.
Wow, yeah.
So then you know exactly. When you have the experience, you don't need to know the track. You just listen to it like that, like, okay, 10 seconds, and you know exactly. But when you start, this is the most important thing. And it also gives you confidence. Because when you know each record, from head to toe, then you're just like, okay, I know all my records. I know exactly what I'm going to play.
Wow, I love it.
And it's better to do it live.
Yes.
Because if you prepare, So like, okay, you have a 1 hour set, you have 10 tracks and you know exactly which one is going to go after the other.
Yeah, it's not super
Well,
exciting.
imagine you arrive, well, the first one doesn't work.
Yeah.
The second one doesn't work.
Yeah.
You're fucked.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Overly prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just leave some room for fun, man.
Man, it's so true. It's crazy because it even applies to this podcast thing I'm doing. I can think of, I've had questions so structured and exact verbatim words I've wanted to use.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, it's too rigid. Whereas today, to be honest, when you told me, you're like, don't send me any questions. Let's just go with it. I thought, man, I'm going to have a few things in my mind I want to talk about. But as you guys can see, if you've been following, there's no phone, there's no laptop here.
Oh.
We're just going for it.
The reason why I don't like to prepare is because you have your questions.
Yeah.
But then you're also thinking about new questions while we're talking. It's the same thing as being a DJ.
Yeah.
You just play and then you're like, oh man, this track that I played at that gig was so good.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't play it for 6 months or for a year, but this would work exactly right now.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Always leave room for improvisation.
For sure. For sure. Love it. Make it a one-of-one experience. Cool, man. So I'm curious, and I'm sure some of your fans are too that have been following your musical journey. And actually, just as I was walking in, Keems told me an interesting thing about how, like, I knew Morocco was home for you and you're from there, but he told me some interesting story about you spent a lot of time in Beirut and you DJ'd there, and before electronic music, you were into hip hop. So I was like,
Yeah.
bro, let me create some space now for you to tell me a bit about your origin story and your entry point into music and DJing, because for me, it's just you're this epic, awesome electronic music producer, and that's how I know of you for the last 3 years. But there's way more history there.
No,
So-
I'm a hip hop DJ.
Whoa.
I started as a b-boy actually. I was
Breakdancing
doing
and shit?
breakdance. Yeah.
Whoa, crazy.
Yeah. Last time
Crazy.
I tried out, broke my back. I'm old.
OG. Young OG. Young OG.
But so like, yeah, I started as a hip hop. I still listen to hip hop, to be honest, like until now.
Classics or some of the new stuff, or?
Not much. I mean, I love Kendrick Lamar, for example.
Okay.
Okay, this is the new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
In the new stuff, I'd go more into stuff like Japanese hip hop, because
Whoa.
they kept it real.
Okay.
The new stuff, I'm just not a fan, to be
I feel
honest.
you.
Like the mumbling and this stuff and the vocoder. It's, hey, I don't judge. People love it. It's fine. Good for them. It's just not me. I like
Yeah,
it
yeah.
raw. I like it gangsta.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
started like, French old school hip hop from the 90s.
Dope.
Was dope. Then, like you go to, the American classics, the Guru, Jazz Matas, Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah.
All the way to, of course, like Dr. Dre, Tupac, Mobb Deep, Nas.
Hell yeah.
It's just like, I like the classics. I've been rebuilding my entire vinyl collection, so now I literally have all of those on vinyl.
Wow.
Also
Sick.
R&B, Foxy Brown, Eric Bennett, Montel Jordan.
Yes, guy.
Uh,
Yes, guy. I know all about it.
And I like to keep my, range of music very wide, because I think it's very inspiring, and I also get bored very fast.
True.
So I always change.
Feel
I
you.
listen to some trip hop, then to some blues, then to some jazz, then to some
Yeah.
hip hop, then
Yeah.
some old school Prodigy hardcore shit.
Wow.
Then I listen, I don't know, to some new stuff.
Yeah.
I like to go all the way. I think
Like
it's
it all.
inspiring.
Feel
And
it.
yeah, so I started as a b-boy, then a hip hop DJ. I had a hip hop band, which was called La Meute. Yeah.
Did you rap before?
No.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I'm not good, bro.
Okay. I did for years. I was pretty good, but I was just curious.
No. I
Yeah.
know my limits.
Yeah, yeah.
I do.
Self-awareness.
Listen, I do only things that I'm good at. Like when I'm not good at something.
Yeah.
Like I was in Dubai on Sunday, and we had like buggies in the desert. And so, very good friends, like, yeah, you're gonna love it. I started like after 5 minutes, I'm like, guys, this is too dangerous for me. I know it's not for me. I'm gonna be on like, the other seat, not the pilot seat. How you said?
Passenger.
The passenger seat. There you go. Yeah. I'm not good at it, so why would I do it?
Yeah.
It's just too much stress for nothing.
Yeah. I love it.
Then I moved to
Self-aware.
Beirut, and the particularity of Beirut at that time, which was 2001, had like this fucking amazing raw underground scene.
Okay.
Like I remember I went to my first club, which was Fubar, I think. Yeah, it was Fubar. And you know, like something struck me. Like that bass, I've never heard a bass that was so loud and profound that I could really feel in my stomach. I almost wanted to throw up, which was beautiful.
Wow.
And you know, nobody's like, you know, nobody was looking at the DJ. Nobody was looking at nobody, actually. Nobody really cared. It was all about the music. Everybody had their eyes closed and everybody was just like in trance. And that's where I actually looked at the DJ and I was like, man, I want to be like you. And that's how my journey started in electronic music. And that's where I shifted from hip hop to electronic music. Then I moved to Paris, then started going out every weekend, 3 times per weekend.
Wow.
That's
how it starts.
A lot.
Yeah.
And then I started playing, you know, like, I mean, that was my first gig, my first residency was at the Moroccan restaurant. I was playing music when people were having dinner.
Wow. I can recall
And,
those experiences.
You know, I just learned the craft the old, harsh way.
Yeah.
But the great thing about that is that now I can adapt to any situation.
Right.
I can do also bar mitzvahs.
Wow. So you could be at a sunset, could be at a dinner, could play in a rave,
Yeah,
play in a private party.
yeah.
But
Play at a wedding.
Oh yeah? Wow.
But that's also...
How do you handle requests? How do you handle requests these days?
I don't.
You don't?
No.
Okay.
I mean, okay, no.
So maybe not a wedding anymore.
No. Actually, well,
If they're
I do
cool,
weddings
if they're
where
cool
I know that
people.
they're gonna listen to, they're gonna
Good
be okay
shit.
to listen to good music.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I always listen to the request, and if it's a good request, I'll actually take it into consideration because sometimes some people some people will come and be like, okay, play Octave 1 Blackwater, and I'll be like, oh, I didn't play this one for a very long time. Maybe I should close with it.
Yeah.
Okay, if you come and you tell me, I'm not gonna say names of artists or
Yeah.
you know, peace out, guys. But you know
Stay
what I'm
neutral.
talking about. If you ask me for like, you know, the regular bullshit, I'm just gonna say politely like, no. If you keep pushing, I might be a bit offensive.
Yeah.
Guys, I just don't like that.
Yeah.
I think it's a big lack of respect, and I think nowadays there is this trend about the kids being entitled, like they think that they matter
Yeah.
and that they have the right to tell the DJ what to do. Well, here's the thing to all of you who are looking at me, fuck you.
Yeah.
No, you can't. We are working, okay? And the promoter book us for our music.
Facts.
So you are not entitled to come and tell us what you do.
Yeah.
Even if you just paid 10K a table,
Yeah.
I don't fucking care.
Yeah. Facts.
There you go.
Facts, bro. I had
You
someone.
can cut it if you want, but
No. We keep it raw. We keep it raw and filtered. Let's go, man. I had someone the other night, and he was getting one of the workers, the employees, to come keep telling me he wants more dance music.
yeah, while everybody was dancing.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are the worst.
And then he showed me 1,000 on the calculator on his phone,
Yeah.
like he's gonna pay $1,000 or something like
Yeah.
that, like buy more
Shove
bottles.
it up your ass.
Bro, come on,
Sorry.
man. Have
No, but I
some
think-
respect.
I think the worst are the ones who come to you and be like, yeah, you should play this track. Everybody's gonna love it. Everybody's gonna dance. And I'm like, listen, bitch.
Yeah.
Everybody's dancing and having the time of their life.
Yeah.
You're the only one who's not. So maybe the problem is not them or me. Maybe the problem is you.
Yeah,
Maybe you're
facts.
not at the right place. Maybe you should just go.
Man, hate to say it, but it's
That's
true.
it.
It's true.
Like, if you don't like it, why did you come in the first place?
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, just go. But don't impose your vision
Yeah.
to everybody else,
Yeah.
because everybody else is actually enjoying themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. Protect the DJ, respect the DJ.
And
Let
just,
him cook. Let us cook, man.
and just, you know, like, stop with this entitlement bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, people think they're important. No, you're not.
Yeah.
Okay, you're like, you know, a tiny sand in a skyrocket going
Yeah.
around the sun.
Yeah.
Like, you're nothing.
Yeah.
So stop pretending you're something.
Respectfully.
I'm
yeah.
nothing. I
Right.
don't consider myself as somebody
As equal,
important.
yeah.
I'm nothing. So, you know, we're just all trying to survive here and make the best of what we call life.
Man, 100%, 100%, bro. Dude, I'm curious now. You've had, like you said, over 2 decades of experience, a lot of releases, a lot of great labels, and we spoke a bit about the times we're living in with the abundance of content, abundance of music, and then also, fundamentally speaking, integrity, authenticity, staying true to yourself. All these things are important to you. We're basically at the top of 2025. Getting us a bit excited about what this year could look like for you. What's your intentions? Do you have some calculated and strategized releases upcoming? Something you avoid you want to fill? Some creative stuff you want to get off?
Well, first of all, I'm finally launching my label.
Oh, come on, no way.
That's something that I've been wanting to do for 10 years.
Wow. What's the name of it, if we can
Izil.
ask? Izil.
Yeah.
How do you spell that? Just curious.
Izil.
Izil. Okay, got you.
It's a Berber name. It's timeless, basically.
Okay.
And so the point of the label is to make timeless music that doesn't have a genre. So, like, you know, one release is going to be techno, the other release is going to be a house. And you know, a lot of labels used to do that because it's not about the genre, it's about the quality of the music.
Right.
And it's, you know, it's about releasing friends and getting remixers from like, you know, big artists who are also friends. And yeah, just trying to push my vision of music. You know, like, okay, the first release is basically like 2 tracks that I've played all around the world for the past 2 years that destroyed every dance floor.
Okay.
And no big label wanted it.
Wow. So you've been shopping it, and it's
Yes, and
okay.
I just didn't get, you know, the answers that I wanted. And
Wow.
at some point, I was like, you know what? Well, I believe in those records.
Oh man.
So I'm gonna, because bro, launching a label is fucking expensive.
Is it?
If you want to do it the right way,
Yeah.
with all the marketing. I'm also doing vinyl, so, you know, it's just like, it's with all the marketing, with all the content, with all the promotion. It's, if you want to do it right,
Yeah.
and you want to get the right exposure, it's really expensive. But
Okay.
I believe in those records, so I'm ready to make that investment. And if it doesn't work, it's okay. Like, I would have lost a lot of money, but hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But I would have stayed authentic to myself.
Oh, man.
And I would have released the music that I believe is good.
Yeah, bro, I just want to stick here for 1 minute because I read this quote and it impacted me so much that I printed it and I put it on the wall above my studio there. And I'm paraphrasing a bit. It's from Mike Amiri, the fashion designer.
Yeah.
And it was something along the lines that we're living in a time now, fortunately, where the gatekeepers no longer hold the power. If you want to create a path for yourself, you can. Now, of course, the music industry has its power players, respectfully established labels who still know what they're doing and put out great music. But now you've given the power, you've taken the power back to yourself, and you said, I'm doing this and I'm going for it.
I mean, listen, the gatekeepers are still there.
Right.
It's, if you want to play in some places,
Yeah.
and some festivals, you need to follow some rules. Okay, and it's like that, and there is simply no way around it. I've always been an outsider.
Okay.
I've always done it my way, and I've always been in and out of the scene. Like, I play the game, I get into the scene, then I stop playing the game, and I'm out of it. And you know what? I'm actually fine with it. So the strategy this year is make the label, put all sweat, a lot of tears to it,
Wow.
and, you know, parallèlement,
Parallel?
yeah, like at the same time, sorry.
Okay.
At the same time.
Got you.
Also, I've been working a lot in the studio to really, like, I'm talking like 3 years, and I haven't released much in the past 2 years, for a good reason.
I was gonna say, yeah.
It's because I've been really trying to craft a new AMINE K sound, And I think I finally got it. And the proof is that some big labels that I actually really wanted to sign on are starting to actually taking my tracks.
Ooh.
So, you know, it's like trying to play, it's like, you know, playing both sides here.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know, and just trying, I see my career, you know, as a marathon.
Love it.
And I'll still be able to do that in 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to diversify my career and the places I play. You know, like I would play, you know, like a super underground party, then I would play a big club or a big festival. And in order to do that, you know, it's like chess.
Chess?
Yeah.
Playing chess, yeah?
Yeah, playing chess.
Yeah.
You know, you just,
Strategic.
yeah, strategic. You put something here, something here, something here,
Yeah.
and you just hope at the end it works.
Yeah, love it, man. Let me know if I'm understanding this correctly, because it's something I thought of myself. I thought, man, like between social media and YouTube and stuff, we're seeing artists take non-traditional routes, carving their own path to go, leveraging, building up social media so that they don't have to necessarily beg the gatekeepers to let them in, let's say. But then also, if you're going to go that path, maybe take a, let's say, like a hybrid approach where you're still sending music, trying to sign it with the important key players, but then also, like you said, carving your own path.
Yeah, of course. Hey, it's a game, and it's a big game. Right now, in 2025, you need to be on social media. Okay, if you want to tour heavily,
Yeah.
you need to be on social media. The problem now is that a lot of kids are actually on social media, but the music doesn't follow.
Right.
And the problem is that because there has been like a leveling down in the quality of music, then the crowd think that this is the good music, but there's way better.
Wow, what a perspective on
So,
that.
so what I'm trying to do is play the social media game. By the way, I'm actually having tons of fun doing it.
I can see it. We
I'm
can
not,
see it.
You know, like I'm not pretending. I'm not acting.
Yeah.
I just go with the flow. Everything that I do on social media is like, I work with a social media agency.
Okay.
But I come up with ideas.
Okay.
They do, you know, like the cutting. They give me like the bigger strategy.
Yep.
But the content in itself, I'm like, okay, girls, I want to do that. Like, well, I mean, it's not really a good idea. I'm like, I'll do it anyway.
Yeah.
So you have to play the social media game,
Yeah.
but you have to be authentic. And on the other side, you need to keep working on the music, because that's the core of our job. We're not influencers, man. We're musicians. We're entertainers. Okay, and that's what people need to keep in mind. And a lot of people, a lot of DJs are just getting lost in the social media game and forget about what is more important, which is the music.
Yeah. I love it, man. It's a really nice perspective, because sometimes there's people that have been in the game like yourself for 20 plus years, and they're like, fuck this social media stuff, it's all about the music. And then you got people on the opposite end that are newcomers that are like, man, I'm just getting my social media shit and I make some music here and there, and they're less focused on it. But I love your perspective, because you've been around, you know what's up, and you're not resisting the evolution of social media. You're figuring out how to work with it, but keep it real to yourself too.
But that's normal, you know, and that's, I think the most difficult part is to really find, you know, like the silver lining between being authentic to yourself and playing the game.
Oh, I love it.
And still be true. And I know, because like, you know, my followers and people who know me, I'm not a good liar.
I get that vibe from you.
I'm not a good liar. So if I do something that I don't like, you can like instantly see it on my face. Which is also like, you know, when I'm pissed, you can, like, I'm very bad at
the room's gonna
hiding
know.
it. Like when I'm DJing and, you know, something bad happened and I'm pissed, you can see it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, what's up with AMINE? Like, should we like call security? Like, oh yeah, guys, they give me 5 minutes because like I'm pissed right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just be true to yourself and play the game. Because you see, I think it's pretty sad that a lot of people that I grew up with and that are still amazing DJs, okay? Way better than most. But they don't play anymore because they didn't want to play the game. I understand them, okay? I totally understand them.
Yeah.
But I think it's sad because the scene definitely needs their wisdom.
Word up.
And their music.
Yo, I love it, man.
Yeah.
I love it. Wow, that's gonna be a Instagram reel for sure. Because again, like I do it. I'm in this game now. I'm making music. I'm DJing, but I'm doing this podcasting thing too, and I'm seeing a lot of extra OGs just coming on, grabbing a mic and talking shit about everything that's wrong with the scene now. And I'm like, man, like I understand where you're coming from and what it was before, but life is evolving. Like things are always changing. We need to go with it to a degree. But as we've said 5 times in the last 10 minutes, stay authentic, keep it real.
Hey, listen, it's easy to complain, okay?
Ain't that the
but,
truth?
Like, I have a rule.
Yeah.
You have the right to complain if you do something about it. If you're just complaining, then I don't want to hear it. But if you're complaining and you actually do something to change this, complaint into a positive thing, then you can complain all day. I'll be, all ears.
Yeah. I love it.
It's like okay, some people are assholes, but like I always say, if you're really good at what you do and you're an asshole, it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Yeah.
But if you're an asshole and you're also shit at what you do, then you're just a fucking asshole.
Wow. I love it, man. It's so true. Awesome, bro. Man, it's been so great to talk. Before I go to my last question, I just want to take a moment to acknowledge you in this moment, bro. Like, man, like sitting here at Morabito, watching the waves crash, birds chirping.
Hey, bro, you got the right view.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got my 2 friends there.
Yeah.
Hey guys. And a door. You got the waves.
For sure, for sure. But man, it's such a full circle moment because, like I said, I moved here because of Ralph Maddie, and
Thanks to Ralph Maddie.
Thanks to Ralph Maddie. Yes, and I can remember now, almost 3 years ago, playing at his club across the street there. It's no longer open now, but playing your remixes and people vibing and having a moment. I remember Tito. I don't know if you know Tito or Koba. He's from France, one of Ralph's best friends.
Yeah, Tito.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played back to back with him last time.
I started playing. I was playing Basari remix, and he's like, "Yo, what is this?" So jamming it.
I was with him on Saturday.
Oh, sick. Oh, nice.
Super nice guy. Amazing DJ.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
a real
he's sick.
OG.
Man, playing with him, watching him for a couple months, changed how I played and enhanced me a lot of levels.
It's another level.
Yeah.
Like even me when I played with him, I was just like, yo, you got some tricks, bro.
Oh,
like,
sick.
This is good.
Wow, I love it, man. So it's just a full circle moment. Playing your music now, sitting down with you here with you now. It's
Don't
really
cry.
cool. So I'm crying from everywhere else but my eyes because it's so fucking hot. Anyways, man, thanks a lot for being here. Appreciate it. So my last question, I ask this at the end of every podcast, is imagine yourself as a local DJ.
Yeah.
You got your residency. Maybe you've signed a couple records to some smaller labels, but aspirations to be international, to push things forward and really start touring and become a bigger DJ. Fast forward, we're here in 2025 now. Sure, things have changed 2 decades later, but all that considering, imagine there's a DJ now that's same thing, local residencies, couple tracks signed, but bigger dreams. A couple gems of wisdom you could throw at him or her to move things forward, maybe go international.
Contacts.
You
see, that's the thing. The thing is that you have in Bali, you're lucky enough to have all the label owners, all the promoters, all the DJs, and all the bookers who come to Bali.
Facts.
You see, Bali has been for me really good for the past 15 years because I've met so many people just randomly, and then we became friends, and then they signed the record, or they booked me in a club, or it's
wow.
I think that's the best thing you have in Bali.
Okay.
Is literally the entire world, the entire industry
all coming
comes
here.
to Bali.
Yeah.
So go to the clubs, go see the DJs, show respect, try to talk to them. Don't be pushy, don't be aggressive, don't be too demanding, but just show your face there. It's really, really important. That's how it works.
Got it.
When I started, that's how I did it. I was going out every day. And, I was just like this nice little guy who was always dancing until I studied, until, I was like, oh, I got a new demo for you.
Yeah,
and then because you're nice and everybody loves you, then they will listen to you.
Right.
And that's how you do it. And practice. Take the gigs.
Yeah.
You know, and just go out, meet people, make contacts, be nice. Be nice. That's very important.
Nice.
Be nice.
Contacts, be nice.
Be
Cool.
nice and work your ass off. Like, go in the studio, work. It's going into the studio, it's not about making the hit record. You see, that's the problem that most people have. They go to the studio to make a hit. No, go to the studio to have fun. There's
Cool.
1,000% chance if you want to make the hit, you will not make it. However, if every day, it's actually, I'm literally coaching James Hype, by the way. I have mad respect for this guy.
Okay.
You know, he's telling you that the secret is just go to the studio every day. It's consistency. Go to the studio every day, work, work, work. And then one day, something is gonna happen and you're gonna get that hook. And that hook is gonna transform into a hit. But if you go in mind wanting to do it, it's not gonna work.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, contacts, consistency, passion,
Be a nice human.
be a nice human being. And again, you're in Bali. It's easy here.
Yeah,
Because
but
between all
things
the-
are happening. I'm not gonna lie. A couple things
but
are happening.
with all the clubs that there is,
Yeah.
you know, and you know, it's easy. You can just open for a DJ in a big club and then, you know, like just give him USB and then maybe he's gonna listen to it, he's gonna sign it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I watched it happen for me already in the last year. So it's Bali's a hub for sure. But
Yeah.
everything that Amine is saying is transferable to wherever you're at in the world.
Yeah, of course. No.
Well,
Well, no, because most places in the world don't have that many DJs and
No, but
promoters and people. Oh, and one thing that is very important also about Bali is that all the important people actually come for holidays. So they are in chill mode.
Yeah.
So you can approach them. And just here at Morabito, man. Spend 1 week in Morabito
yeah.
and you'll see
Yeah.
how many important people are here.
Yeah, true.
And just sit with them, have a beer with them, and don't ask anything, but just, you know, keep the discussion flowing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then when you're gonna send your music, you're gonna be like, "Hey, bro, I just got this track. Remember me? We had a beer at Morabito." You know, it's just like it's a human approach. If you just send it like a robot, like best regards, da-da-da, it's not gonna work.
New hit song.
Yeah.
Super hot. Yeah.
I got a lot of promos like that, like
Oh, I can only
new
imagine.
Afro tech hit for your summer. Not opening it, bro.
Wow.
Sorry.
Wow. Yeah, I feel you.
But trust me, in Bali, you are really lucky, more than most places in the world.
Yeah, I love
And
it.
I know
Wow.
because I benefited from it
Yeah.
a
Cool.
lot. And I'm not even living here.
Yeah, cool, man. Well, like we said, apply some of it wherever you're at. And if you got a chance, get to Bali, check out Morabito. Clearly a beautiful place. Man, last thing. So I have a special sponsor. His name is Kenny Parker. It's a clothing brand from Melbourne, Australia.
Nice.
They opened up a shop here in Canggu. And any cool guest that I get, they bless us with a gift. So please check it out.
I like the font.
Yeah.
And I love pink. I was wearing pink the entire day.
Oh, yeah?
by the way. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh,
So this is one of their new tank tops.
Nice.
Super fresh. A little bit oversized. For sure,
Nice.
Bali vibes.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I like the t-shirt. Yeah. Man, Bali makes, you know that actually,
Yeah.
every year I come to Bali, I actually buy all my clothes for the year. So let's just say that 80% of the clothes that I wear
Yeah.
are from Bali.
Wow. So
Yeah.
many great things about Bali. Shameless plug. Come support the island. Tour here, spend money.
Thank you.
Man, appreciate you guys watching. Much love from Brodie Nero TV. I'm here with AMINE K. All the best in your career for this year. More
Thank you.
strength, more health, more success.
You too.
Man, appreciate
More health.
you guys.
That's very important.
Yes. Much love. See you guys in the next episode.
Thank you,
Peace,
everybody.
Love and light.
Take care.
Yes.